This Walk-On Coach Conversation brought to you by Fareway of Waukon and Waukon State Bank. We're with head coach Chad Beerman. And coach, you ended the regular season in style, taking care of business against North Fayette Valley last week. How'd you get it done?
Well, our kids came out, played pretty well. I don't think they had a first down till pretty much the last series of the first half. So we had a nice 40-0 lead at halftime. Told the starters to get ready, warmed up, and we'd put them in for one defensive series we were kicking off, and then one offensive series and pull them. And they went out, and we got a fumble on the first offensive play that we were in. So we got the ball right away, and about 3 plays later, we were in the end zone, and so we had starters out. And our second string got to play with that 40-0 lead, a continuous clock till about halfway through the fourth quarter, and if he got their third touchdown with their starters in there. And so our kids got good work against other team starters, and we got the win and undefeated in the district, and then we're heading into a bye week now.
And Ethan ONeil with a nice night running the football. What's made it work for him this season?
Well, the offensive line did a great job, opening up holes. I mean, we averaged well over 10 yards a carry running the ball, not just for Ethan, but our backs did really well. Ethan got a little more carries than he has most of the time. He threw 2 touchdowns too. So I mean, he's throwing 3 and for the season, and Sean Cooper's throwing a couple. So we're getting a lot of different efforts each week, kind of whatever is needed. Whether we have to throw the ball or run the ball or whatever we got to do. We've got a nice mix of kids that can do things for us, and the skilled players. And right now the line's been really playing well up front offensive.
How much has that line improved week 1 to week 7?
Well, so we shuffled the line week 1 and going into week 2. So that made a difference. But then this whole group is kind of gelled and kind of, they know what to expect, where their teammates are going to be. They talk a lot better as we've gone on. They've gotten comfortable communicating. We got some really great double teams Friday night, and so that our pullers could turn short, and sometimes our pullers couldn't quite make the corner because the double team was so effective. So we're just getting great play out of those kids, and they really come together.
And defensively, you were able to take the ball away 3 times. You've been doing that reasonably consistently this year. What's making that happen for you?
Well, hustle. We always talk to the kids, if you're not around the ball, if the ball comes out, as far as fumble recoveries, you're not going to have a chance at it. So get as many kids to the ball as you can. We do a 2-whistle drill defensively, and so it's one of Coach Ted's favorites, Ted Snitker. And if the ball hits the ground, whether we're running scout D or run our defense, we're scooping it up and taking it back the other way. So the kids are always looking for the ball on the ground. And interceptions, we play a lot of zone defense, so eyes are on the quarterback, the ball's up in the air, and our kids get a chance to go after it.
You get another bye week this week for winning the district title. You had one earlier this year that you weren't exactly planning on. This one, you kind of wanted for winning that district title. How are you going to manage the week from a practice and getting ready perspective?
Well, one difference is that when the first bye, we knew we were going to be playing Cresco after the bye, whereas right now we don't know. We know that there's one of 2 teams, either New Hampton or Forest City, that will be playing after the bye. So we don't know which one to prepare for. So really what we're doing, our sophomores that are sticking with us, we brought up sophomores from JV, and they're getting a lot of reps running our offense and our defense against the varsity offense and defense. So those kids are getting a first-rate education as how to play walk-on football, and then our varsity guys are just getting reps doing our stuff. We'll do like we did last time. We'll do a scrimmage Friday night, but otherwise we'll still have team supper Thursday. We'll still put them through our regular schedule basically as the week goes on. And I guess if there's something we need to work on a little bit more, we can spend more time on that since we don't have a specific opponent to get ready for.
And you mentioned last week a lot of your JV kids got a lot of time in that game. That's happened in a couple of other contests this year. How important is it for those kids to get that on-the-job training, if you will?
Well, I think it's good for them to be thrown into competition. It gives us, ideas that are kids that maybe can help us out on special teams or something. That's how kids get noticed. And then, to be fair, the last couple of years, we've had those deep playoff runs, and so you get those younger kids get a lot more reps, a lot more time in practice, especially those sophomores, and looking at maybe getting to be playing as juniors. So at time on the field when you got a lead, and time in practice, if you can get a few extra games as the season goes on, that pays dividends for those kids too.
All right, Coach, enjoy the week off. Keep your kids healthy and get ready for round number 2 next week.
All right, thank you.
This Walk-On Coach Conversation brought to you by Fareway of Waukon and Waukon State Bank.